You can find powerful habits anywhere, at any time. Scroll for 5 seconds and someone's telling you what you should be doing to succeed. Wake up early, meditate, read 10 pages, cold shower, gratitude journal. And on the surface, they all seem simple enough to follow. So you try. For a few days, maybe even a week. But then you miss a day, then 2. You break your streak. And suddenly, you're back where you started feeling behind, frustrated, and wondering what's wrong with you. I've been there more times than I can count. But the truth is, most habits don't fail because they're hard. They fail because they don't immediately make a difference. That's why today, I want to share 10 habits that instantly changed my life. These didn't just look good on paper, they worked. I used to be a chronic procrastinator. I'd start things and never finish. I had dreams, but no follow-through. But these habits helped me break free, and they might just do the same for you. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have 10 small but powerful tools that can transform your day immediately, and maybe even your life. 1. Start imperfect. This one changed everything for me because it broke the invisible wall between me and action. I used to have this habit of waiting until I finished a course, so I wouldn't miss something important, waiting until I had a full free day, so I could go all in. But all that waiting just turned into not starting. The course stayed unfinished. The project sat untouched. But starting even imperfectly does something powerful to your brain. It gives you evidence that you can move forward, that you don't need to know everything before you begin. I stopped being paralyzed by possibilities and started learning through action. Because it takes you out of your head and into reality. Because the first messy step teaches you more than weeks of thinking ever could. And because once you begin, the fear starts to shrink. Now I don't wait for the perfect moment. I create it by starting, even if I feel unprepared. 2. Wait 10 minutes before picking up the screen. Have you ever opened a bag of snacks and eaten just one chip? Using your phone is like that. You don't open it just to watch one reel, one YouTube video, or read one message. You check one thing, and suddenly it's 30 minutes later and you're watching a dog do taxes while your brain feels like soup. I used to pick up my phone the second I felt bored or tired, like it was automatic. So I gave myself one rule: wait 10 minutes. If I still want to check it after that, fine, but usually the urge passes. That short pause helps me notice what I actually need. It gives me a second to choose instead of react. I still use my phone, but now it doesn't control me. That one small rule changed everything, and somehow it's enough to change the whole day. 3. Don't try to fill. Every moment, I used to feel like every minute needed to be productive. Waiting in line, open Instagram, walking to the kitchen, listen to a podcast, waiting for a friend, use flashcard to grab some new words. It felt like I was learning, growing, using my time wisely, but really I was just crowding my brain. I didn't have time to think. My brain was always reacting, never reflecting, never creating. The first time I let myself just sit quietly even for a few minutes, it felt awkward. But then something happened. A thought surfaced, then an idea, then clarity. That space gave me back my mind. I started making connections I never saw before, solving problems without forcing it, creating ideas that actually felt like mine. And that shift? It was immediate. Because when you stop cramming your head with input, your brain finally has room to create. Now, I protect those empty moments. I give myself blank space on purpose. 4th rule of 1. Consume anything, but apply at least one thing. There's too much content out there. Books, videos, posts, advice coming from every direction. I used to save everything I felt like I was learning so much, but nothing was actually changing, because I'd consume it all, save it, and then forget about it. And eventually, I started doubting if any of it really helped, not because the advice was bad, but because I never gave anything a real chance to work. So I changed my approach. Now, I give myself one rule. I can consume anything I want, but I have to apply at least one thing immediately. Not all 10 tips, just one, even a small one, because one is better than none, and now is better than someday. That shift made learning feel useful again. Consuming with a purpose. If this is hitting something real for you, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to know which habit is landing with you most so far. 5. Allow yourself to relearn old lessons. Not every lesson helps you the first time you hear it, Some feel obvious, some don't feel relevant yet, some go in one ear and out the other, but that doesn't mean they're useless. Let me tell my story. I'd uploaded a YouTube video I was proud of, spent hours. I really gave it my best. And then, almost no views. I was sad, discouraged in a way that's hard to explain, but in the middle of that, I remembered something. Focus on what you can control. I'd heard that lesson so many times before. But this was the first time it actually meant something, because this time I had to choose worry about what I can't control, or focus on what I can. That's how I know I finally learned it. Not because the advice was new, but because I was finally ready for it. So don't throw out a lesson just because it didn't help right away. Sixth practice, vuja. You've heard of déjà vu, that weird feeling when something new feels familiar. But vuja de is the opposite. It's when something familiar suddenly feels new, like you're seeing it with fresh eyes. That one idea shifted the way I experience my daily life. I used to move through routines on autopilot. Same walk, same room, same tasks. Nothing felt interesting anymore. But vuja de taught me to rethink, to look at what's already around me and notice it differently, to treat ordinary things like I'm seeing them for the first time. It sounds small, but the effect is immediate. You start paying attention. Colors feel more vivid, conversations feel more alive, and creatively, it's gold. Old ideas feel new again. You reconnect with things you used to overlook. This habit reminded me, sometimes you don't need a new life. You just need a new way to see the one you already have. 7. Write down your emotions, especially the negative ones. It feels awkward. Writing down things like anxiety, envy, fear, or shame, not easy. There's something uncomfortable about putting it into words, especially when you're the one reading it back. But I've learned, when I don't let it out, it stays in. It spins in my head louder, messier, harder to control. There were nights I couldn't sleep. My mind was full of thoughts I didn't want to think, overanalyzing everything, jumping to the worst case, replaying old mistakes. So I started writing. Nothing fancy, no structure, just dumping whatever was in my head onto the page. And honestly, it helped me move through it. Writing doesn't fix the emotion, but it releases the pressure. 8. Write down sudden ideas. Just like I write down negative emotions, I've trained myself to write down positive sparks too. You know that feeling? When an idea pops into your head and you feel excited for no reason, you think, this is good, I'll remember it, but you won't. I can't count how many ideas I've lost because I didn't write them down fast enough. Video topics, a perfect sentence, a concept that felt clear and alive for 1 second, then gone. Ideas show up when they want, in the shower, while driving, mid-conversation. And if I don't catch them, they disappear like a dream I forgot to hold on to. So now, when something sparks, I write it down immediately, even just a sentence, even just a few messy words. And here's why it changed everything. Now I have a list of raw material to work with, not just notes but seeds. Any one of them could become something big, something real. And I'd never know unless I captured it. Even better, it kills that empty feeling when I sit down to create. No more staring at a blank page, trying to force inspiration, because I already saved the sparks. 9. Allow yourself to rest. Imagine running a machine non-stop. No breaks, no cool down, just full power all the time. Eventually, it breaks. That was me. I used to think rest meant doing nothing, lying on the couch, sleeping 12 hours. But even after all that, I'd still feel exhausted. Because rest isn't just stillness. It's giving your mind space to breathe, letting your body reset, not just shut down. Now I rest differently. Sometimes it's meditation. Sometimes it's a slow walk after a long day with no music, no phone. Sometimes it's just being in nature, doing nothing with a purpose. Rest isn't optional. It's the part that keeps everything else working. It's not laziness, it's maintenance. And the sooner you start treating it that way, the less often you'll find yourself running on empty. You don't need a complete life overhaul. Sometimes the smallest shifts, done with intention, change everything. If even one of these habits spoke to you, try it today. Not all 10, just one. And if you want more like this, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me which habit you're starting.